Hello and welcome to another Times Radio Frontline recap. I'm Philip Ingram. I present Frontline, but I'm also a global commentator on geopolitics, defense, security, terrorism, cyber, or anything else that people ask me to. Now, we're going to do the recap slightly differently this week because I'm not going to point you at some of the interviews that we've done over the holiday period. I'm going to bring you up to speed with some of the events that have happened since we pre-recorded these interviews. And there have been some significant events going on in Ukraine, which we will no doubt pick up when we start our interviews again early in the new year. We've got lots of good content ready to go up online for you before that happens, so you're not going to miss out. So don't avoid going to the channel and having a look. Now, what are the videos and the posts that I've got for you today? The first one is fascinating, and this is a video of smoke being seen billowing out of the Novoshakinsk oil refinery, which is in Russia's Rostov region. The video released on Thursday, December the 25th, Christmas Day, after the Ukrainian military said that it had hit the refinery with British Storm Shadow missiles. This is, I think, the first confirmed attack against an oil refinery using British Storm Shadow missiles. It'll be interesting to see the political fallout that comes from that out of Moscow. Next, we're looking at the peace plan. Here's what Donald Trump has to say.
On Ukraine, can you give an update on the talks that took place this past weekend, and could a trilateral discussion of sort be the next step for Ukrainian, U.S. and Russian delegations?
So the talks in Ukraine, Russia are going along. They lost, as you know, 27,000 soldiers last month, mostly soldiers, some people in Kiev, etc., but mostly soldiers. And the talks are going along. And I say that, there's tremendous hatred between these two leaders. Between President Putin, President Zelensky, tremendous hatred, and I hope we can get it done. We are talking. Talks are going okay, but I've solved 8 wars, and Thailand is starting to shape up. They started with Cambodia, they started up again, but I think, Marco, we have that in pretty good shape to have that stopped. So we stopped 8 wars, and I thought this would be in the middle of the pack, but maybe easy, but in the middle of the pack. But there's a lot of hatred between those two people, and when there's hatred, there's,
And of course, Donald Trump is saying that it's all going well, and this is where there's been a Ukraine-US 20-point plan that President Zelensky highlighted just before Christmas. It's got some novel ideas in it, including demilitarized zones, but a freezing of the front line where it is at the moment, which will be unacceptable to the Russians, and some other ideas about Ukraine's size of its military and its military alliances and allegiances in the future. We will have to see what the Russians think of this, but here's President Zelensky putting out his tweet saying that he's going to meet with Donald Trump and discuss this. And of course, in this tweet, he is saying that Russia is reviewing the documents. Russia's reviewing the documents is just sort of diplomatic speak for giving them time to delay before they refuse them. The Russians have not changed their attitude one bit whenever it comes to their desires in any peace plan. They want the whole of the Donbass. Vladimir Putin wants to be able to declare some form of victory. But of course, if there is a peace plan, no matter what the security guarantees are that are in it, if Putin is given the whole of the Donbass, he will just wait, re-equip, rearm, train his troops better, learn the lessons for where he's failed so far, and just come back for another salami slice of Ukraine. So I don't think there's going to be peace anytime soon in the new year. The next video is a bit of wider operations by the Ukrainian military intelligence. Have a look at this here. And this is detailing another car bomb that's exploded in Moscow, killing 2 police officers. And that was after a bombing earlier in the week that killed a Russian general. That was Lieutenant General Sarvarov, Lieutenant General Sarvarov, and he was the 3rd senior military official to have been killed in bomb attacks in the Russian capital over the past year. And he was the head of the Armed Forces Operational Training Department. The tactic of attacking senior generals and now attacking 2 police officers that, in an unconfirmed way, I read that they had been linked to some torture that happened in Ukraine fairly early on after Vladimir Putin's invasion. So it looks as if it was a targeted attack, but that is unconfirmed at the moment. But this attacking senior officers and police officers in Moscow is taking the fight into Moscow. It's getting it into areas where Vladimir Putin can't hide from it. And of course, psychologically, many of the senior officers that are living in their apartments or their dachas around Moscow will be getting very worried and very jumpy. And that will unnerve them. That is a good tactic from the Ukrainian military intelligence organization. And then finally, our final video here is President Zelensky talking to Donald Tusk. Have a look at this here.
I think that Europe showed leadership, and this is very important and tough, strong position. Thank you that you supported us. That means for us that Poland supported us, and we heard your voice and your messages without any kind of, you understand, balancing between right or not right decisions. So thank you so much.
I'm really satisfied. It could be better. I am absolutely sure that now your position vis-à-vis Russia is much better. You have stronger cards. I know you don't play cards, as you said once. You remember this?
But sometimes.
But yeah, it's and for sure, with us, you have stronger cards.
Thank you.
Absolutely sure, and I am really satisfied. It could be better, always. Something could be better, more efficient, but I am really satisfied, at least that we delivered what we promised.
Voice and your messages without any kind of, you understand, balancing.
I really appreciate also your personal efforts. You are a hero not only in Ukraine but here in Poland also. We treat you as a hero.
No.
Yeah. I know what I'm saying.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
And of course, Donald Tusk, the Polish Prime Minister, Poland is rearming rapidly and providing an awful lot of support to Ukraine. And it's got a huge influence in the EU. And this is what President Zelensky is talking to Donald Tusk about. And you're thanking Donald Tusk for the influence that he has in the EU in securing more funding for Ukraine and keeping Ukraine going. It's interesting that he's sitting down with Tusk and talking about EU. Of course, Donald Tusk had been in an EU role before he became Prime Minister of Poland. That's all I've got for you on this recap. And please remember, sign up for Times Radio Frontline membership and subscribe to our channel. You can always find us on your favorite podcast outlet by just searching for Times Radio Frontline. Thank you. Goodbye.